Hi, ladies and gentlemen. It is your favorite Q and U host, giving you what you want, what you need, and what you're missing. Now, remember, I am not pushing anything on you. I am not insisting that you believe anything that I am sharing. I am simply sharing for sharing's sake. You decide what to apply. Now, without further ado, I have an array of videos that I have downloaded and you have asked for. So let's get into it, shall we? My fine feathered fam.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Ghislaine Maxwell used to work at Disney? I guess it'd be fucking crazy if she was actually a Disney Child Talent Scout for several years. Yeah. Here's some more pictures. Was this like, how did I not know this? I know a lot of stuff about Jeffrey and Ghislaine, but I did not know that she actually worked for Disney. Here's some more pictures. I guess it'd be really crazy if the Disney Cruise Line well, let's just see. Well, St. Thomas and St. John excursions, right. I guess it'd be really crazy if the Disney Cruise Excursions, Spectacular and Family Adventures, went literally for a snorkel stop at Little St. James Island. What the fuck? How? And I mean, I guess it'd be kind of crazy if all the symbols line up. Even the fucking Ellen DeGenerate show. What the?
In this industry, what you must understand is, when you do sell your soul, you are allowed to live forever. And these people that are called youngins, like I was, no idea that these people still live. They will prey, haunt, kidnap, anything to stay on top. This is their world. They have nothing but time, is what they believe. The art of exchanging spirits, trading spirits.
And then when they do die, they can move their consciousness from their decaying body, from their dead body, to a new clone of themselves. They can basically they can harness and control and transport the informational bundle that is a soul from one piece of hardware to another, or wetware to another. They know how to do this, and this is why, like, in all the human myths about Apollo and Aphrodite and whatever, Zeus himself, these gods seem like they live forever. They always look the same, and whereas humans are, being born and dying generation after generation, these Nordics these gods always look the same, because first of all, their lifespans are thousands of our years per body, and then also they can move their consciousness into clones of themselves. So yeah, it's exactly as you describe it. It was done a very long time ago. And these are the people who manage us.
Look here. I don't know how I feel about that, but what I want to know is, who do y'all think that I would look like? Can y'all find me? Because I wonder. I want y'all to try to find me, and let me know in the comments when you do. Maybe post a photo of who I'm looking like. Where's my doppel, baby? Let me know how you feel about that video down in the comments.
I denounce you in the name of Jesus. Every devil gotta flee. You don't have no reason. I'm bold as a lion. I don't fear no evil. Blood of Jesus on me. I'm covered. I'm lethal. Yeah. Came out.
Just a little taste of something.
Here's how to know if you're eating fake, lab-grown meat or real meat. They're not going to label it lab-grown or synthetic, sweetheart. That would scare you away. Instead, they use softer words that sound almost natural. The words you need to watch for are cell-cultured and cultivated meat. If you see those phrases on the label, that meat was grown in a laboratory from animal cells. It was never part of a living, breathing animal. Next time you're shopping, read the fine print. If it says cell-cultured, cultivated, or cell-based, put it back. Share this with your family so they know what to look for. Comment yes if this was helpful, and follow me for more things they don't want you to know.
I want you to comment yes if this was helpful for you, because I'm vegan, so I don't eat meat, but I'm going to be looking anyway just for skeepers and peepers. Okay, for looking sake. And when I do, I'm going to take a video and I'm going to post it, of course, here.
And then when you realize that they can measure your brainwaves with a magnet that doesn't touch your head, you realize that your thoughts are not in your head. And they're part of this greater field that we are all connected by. And they're now trying to understand how we actually store memories, which is a developing process. Some of it is protein-based, and some of it is this theory that we basically store our thoughts in the cloud. So basically you're accessing your own Wi-Fi field. And this is why there is a difference of like meeting somebody in person versus doing something over Zoom. Our biofields are interacting right now. There are low-level frequencies that our brains interact on. So having that biofield, you realize that like you have your own biofield, you are your own Wi-Fi, you emit your own Wi-Fi. And so then thoughts can be the process of some of that Wi-Fi coming in, mostly directed as life force and energy, which is why like how you practice your energy and how you maintain your energy can really direct how your thoughts come out.
Tell me, how many of y'all have been talking about something with a friend or over the phone, and all of a sudden the next thing you open your phone and exactly what you were talking about is what you see? Let me know down in the comments how many of you have had this happen to. Then I want to know how many of y'all have been thinking about something without even saying anything, and then open your phone and there it is. Let me know down in the comments, because that is whack. I mean, really, come on now. Bitch, what the fuck? Bitch, what the fuck? Bitch, what the For real, okay? Anybody, everybody, what in the whacked out world? I wake up every morning and meditate. How many of you meditate? And how many of you meditate on a regular basis? Because I will tell you something. Meditation is everything, and it is the most important thing that we can do for our entire beings. I'm going to do a video. Now, this isn't going to be all I'm going to be doing, so don't get it twisted. I will be doing a video on how to meditate properly. Everyone has meditation wrong. Absolutely, totally, and completely wrong. You should not sit with intention to force yourself to quiet and silence and stop your thoughts, quiet your mind, and internalize the silence within you. That is a no-no. On the opposite, total and complete end of the spectrum is me, meditating, receiving understanding, because I am conduit on how to meditate properly. And you do not stop your mind. As a matter of fact, what you do is you sit with your thoughts. Let them circle. Let them encompass you. And when one catches your attention enough to stop, you know that that is your next meditation mantra. And then once you sit with that mantra and your mind starts to circle and encompass you again, you will again mate with another thought that will become your mantra. See, we have to encircle ourselves within if we ever want to release from what hinders us. Moving on.
Yeah, I'm a video honey. So, I don't like that. Why? Just for where you sound like a video honey. Like you're...
See, things like that make me just, like I can't. And all of it is just so in our faces. It's in our faces. And what are we going to do with it? Recognize it or ignore it? The choice is yours. The choice is ours. But there are so many of us waking up. It's incredible. We choose to be a part of the awakening or staying asleep, and that is just the truth.
Freemason Manly P. Hall said, "When humanity learns the language of symbols, a great veil will be lifted." Well, folks, I'm here to tell you this. I cracked their symbol language. What is it? Symbols are just words, and words are just numbers. Yep. And then you just compare all the different words and all their different numbers to get the definitions. There's nothing esoteric to it at all. So I'm here to tell you, all of those in the occult, which is most of you, there's no outlet now. There's no outlet. Because why? Because this number language, this symbol language proves everything. It proves that you're guilty of the COVID-19 genocide. Yeah. And I have a really good hunch that the highest levels of the priesthood set you guys up, because you're all guilty of genocide. And you can prove it. Genocide equals 44. Pfizer equals 44. Coca-Cola equals 44. Fortnite equals 44. Blah, 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 blah. Spanish flu equals 44, right? Triangle equals 41, which is 5, the Freemason compass and square, right? Or pyramid equals 41, which is 5, the Freemason compass and square. Do you get it? There's no esoteric meaning to any of these numbers at all. And what does 5 actually mean? Well, it's imbalance, right? It's a curve and it's an angle. It's 2 and 3. It's the horns, right? Just like horns equals 29, because 29 equals 86. 8 plus 6 is 14. And 1 plus 4 is 5. Again, it's the Freemasons. And it's all order out of chaos. That's how they do it. Order out of chaos. So I'm here to tell you, all you people in the occult, there's no outlet. Your code has been cracked. As your Freemason, historian Manly P. Hall said, when mankind learns the language of symbols, a great veil will be lifted. And what do you think people are going to do when they find out what you've really done, huh? That Spanish flu equals 44. That all the wars add up to 68, like Grand Architect. I'm telling you what they're going to do. There is no outlet for the occult other than perhaps FEMA camps to be tried for the COVID-19 genocide. Yeah. That's where you're headed, to all you in the occult. This is why they're attacking me, people. This is why they took my kid. Because I cracked their stupid code language, which symbols are just words, and words are just numbers, and you just do all the numbers and all the words. Very simple. A, B, C equals 1, 2, 3. You know, Z is the 26th letter of the alphabet, so Z is 8. It's that simple, people. There's no esoteric meaning to it at all. It's not numerology. It's not gematria. It's just a stupid number language that the occult uses to communicate. And it's all around you, everything you look at. Peace. So sign, share, promote the Full Disclosure Act if you want to expose these people. Because I'm telling you, people in the occult, there's no outlet for you. You are busted.
He said they took his son, bless his heart. Bless his heart. Some things just cannot be ignored. Period.
They're as serious as a heart attack. And if it wasn't for these universal laws, they would have taken me out.
I think they would have.
They've tried and tried and tried. I have been given death threats directly from the Rothschilds 3 different times. They have actually had somebody that they could talk to.
Straw parties.
It's from them, through this person, to me, 3 times. Direct death threats from the Rothschilds. Shut up or we're going to take you out. And I'm still doing it.
You're still doing it.
Because what they really try to do is they try to lure you in with a honey trap that gets you to authorize your own death. That's how it works.
But you need to be careful, and let me tell you why. We are being plagued with naturopathic doctors being murdered. That's happening all around the country, all around the planet these days. We have had biochemists killed. Stephen Quayle and I have talked about that for years. They're getting to these people who are those that would be able to fight back with their knowledge of alternative medicine and things like that. And we've been having these things happen, David, since the beginning of time. Strange deaths occurring around some people who wanted to go public about some things in the presidential campaigns.
Sure.
They've died. A person who they claim committed suicide, obviously they said got killed on his left side, but he's right-handed. So, I mean, who does that?
And nobody took his wallet or his keys or anything.
Nothing.
Just leave him there.
And they claimed it was a robbery. They robbed him of nothing. So in your case, you need to be careful.
It's not going to stop me. You know,
you can't.
I'm going to quote Abraham Lincoln. I think I did this on your show before, but it's worth saying it again. I'd rather die once at the hand of an assassin than die every day in fear of assassination.
We are up to 12 scientists that have eliminated themselves. 12, right? Eliminated themselves. So what's going on here? You tell me. Shoot.
One vegetarian pizza. It's $12.50.
Oh. By the way, if it makes you feel any better, I happen to like 8-year-old boys.
What?
I mean, your hair, before, your hair, you said you thought that your hair looked like an 8-year-old boy's, and I'm just saying I like it.
What in all the world? What? What in the flipped out world, man?
I'm rising up, I'm taking space. This is my time, this is my place. I'm stepping into my power now. No more asking
to really pull the energy in to make it stop. All right. Yeah. Now, here's the redirection.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But if you know, you better understand. Because if you don't, then you're wasting time knowing.
There's something really strange going on here, and if something ends up happening to me, I just hope that this video can maybe explain it. Okay, so I have these two mirrors in my room. As you can see, they're pretty normal looking mirrors, but I was cleaning and I had them kind of set up like this, and I noticed something really weird. Just watch. See, when you look through the mirror into the other one, it becomes like a window. And there's this huge warehouse grocery store or something down there. But wait, it gets even crazier. Watch this.
This footage was recovered in 2001. The individual filming had discovered that two mirrors placed directly across from one another created a portal to a secondary location in another time. She entered. The camera was later found on her bed. She has not been located. The secondary location has been identified as a Kmart in Rockford, Illinois. The store closed in 2018.
Whoa. What the hell? What is this
Why would
place?
you even do that? Why would you go in there?
Hello?
Not me. No, baby, not me.
How far does it go?
What do y'all think about this video? What do y'all think about this? I know mirrors, so come on now.
I told him the devil
100%. Himself.
The devil himself said, "I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life."
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question.
Sorry.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes. You're incredibly smart. You remember the devil is
Was
somebody
the devil
knows
smart?
the devil's brilliant. You read Milton's Paradise Lost.
No, the devil scares me.
Satan is at the number 1 or 2 archangel, and the reason he goes to hell and leads the rebellion is because he can't be the top guy. And his thing is, I'd rather reign in hell than serve in heaven.
I saw that in a movie once called American Dharma. I don't remember who said it. Okay, we have to go. Okay.
Look, he said all that, but that smile, though. That smile. I can't with the smile. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, guys, it's just a conspiracy theory. There's no way that giants used to exist. The Bible definitely wasn't telling us the truth, and the Satanists that control this world are definitely being truthful about the real origins of humanity. These stairs were definitely built for us, 100%. That's certainly not a petrified giant. This doorway was absolutely built for the average human. We just had to jump up there and get a ladder for that latch, that's all. This is just a simple rock formation, guys. No way that these were the Titan's swords. Just a rock formation, not a giant tree. The Book of Enoch, which was removed from the Bible, was just deceiving us, saying that, God sent the fallen angels to cut down all the giant trees. That's why we always see flat mountaintops, water running from them, because the roots are still connected to the ground. Makes sense. The more you wake up, the more you just realize that everything that they've been telling us since we were born, everything, head to toe, is a lie. They do this because they don't want you to know how powerful our ancient ancestors were, where we came from. And they just want you to feel insignificant, that there's no meaning to life. It's all a big coincidence, this Big Bang theory, and we're just here to slave in their system. Don't ask questions, guys. But when you start to see the truth, the evidence of a much deeper past is so obvious. They desperately do not want you to figure this out. This is why they fluoridate the water supply. They spray our food with harmful chemicals. They spray our air with harmful heavy metals, all to keep us in a lowered state of consciousness, a low state of vibration, so we don't see the truth. The only way to break this trap is to take your spiritual, physical, and mental health back. Meditate every single day. Do breath work, sun gazing, grounding. Take high vibrational supplements like Chalk's Hot Water Purified Shilajit, known to decalcify the pineal gland. For the gym, work on your physicality, and start to wake up. I have some incredible lifetime discounts for you guys for some of the most powerful and potent supplements on this earth, so comment the word info and check your DMs for details. Peace and love.
Connect with the ether. Connect with the ether. Activate. Regenerate. Perpetrate. Decalcify. Okay.
They don't want you to think. They want you to obey. The modern school system wasn't designed by educators. It was built by industrialists. Rockefeller was clear.
I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers.
Schools are factory simulators. The bell rings, you move. The uniform erases your identity. The test rewards repetition, not intuition. Take your creative spark and cage it within an ego that craves validation and grades. Because a man with a degree is an employee. But a man aware of his divinity is ungovernable. The matrix starts in the classroom, but the code to exit is already within you. Are you ready to unlearn the programming? Comment code, or hit the link in bio. Step into the From Ego to I Am portal.
There are 7 planets which make all these frequencies happen. Those 7 which are aligned with your 7 chakras, and that's how you have a body, because you have 7 chakras. The color of the rainbow is in you. The bottom one's red, the top one's blue. Red shift, blue shift.
Red, blue, Democrat, Republican.
Red pill, blue pill. Roses, red, violets are blue. Red siren, blue siren. Red tap, blue tap.
How do we know that's real?
Because of the frequency. And they tell you, the red chakra has 4 petals. The orange one above has 6. The yellow one has 10. The green heart chakra has 12. This one has 16. The third eye has 96. Top one, a violet, has 1,000. When you add all the 6 bottom ones, you come to 144. Thank you, Bible, Revelation 14. When you multiply with the 1,000-petaled lotus on the top, the crown, Kronos chakra, then you get 144,000, the magical number. It's in you. It's in your chakras. So why has the bottom one got 4 petals, which is red, and why has the blue chakra got 16 petals? Because they're telling you it has a higher frequency. And if you get a blue laser as opposed to a red laser, which one is going to burn you more? Which one's more powerful, red or blue?
Red or blue?
The truth about alcohol that no one is going to tell you. First, you have to realize that the root word of alcohol, alcohol, means body-eating spirit in Arabic. Alcohol is ethanol, and before we started drinking it, it was used as an industrial solvent to literally extract the soul essence out of living things. Historically, alcohol has been used to extract the essence out of things like plants, making things like oils. What if I told you that every time you drink alcohol, it is extracting your soul essence and leaving you diluted spiritually? That is what solvents do. Alcohol is diluted poison, and it's been cross-examined and studied to literally damage every internal organ inside of your body. Also found 4 different studies that found a direct correlation between drinking alcohol and dementia and Alzheimer's disease, which means it causes direct brain damage. It also suppresses melatonin production inside your pineal gland, but if you understand the actual function of your pineal gland, that isn't going to be all over the internet. Let me explain. The pineal gland is one of, if not the most spiritually significant pieces inside your body. Not only does it have rods and cones like your 2 normal eyes, but it actually has hexagonal crystals inside of it that are vibrating. I'm not joking. Yes, you have vibrating crystals in the center of your brain, but this is really important because these crystals are also studied to be piezoelectric, which means they receive energy all around you. You're energetic electric beings, always receiving energy through us, but they don't want you to know that, because when you become spiritually potent, you become unstoppable.
Jim Carrey's sitting up front tonight in the movie section, even though he's nominated for a TV show.
Yeah, it's awkward because you're a hero, but we do have to ask you to move.
I just finished a film. It's called Sonic the Hedgehog. Comes out in November.
Well, come back next year. I'm sure it'll be nominated.
All right, I'm going. Should I take my dinner too? I wouldn't want to leave any of my DNA in the film section.
Yeah, Jim, please don't make this any harder than it already is.
I'm sorry. I can't hear you. I see your lips moving, but there's a delay. It's a long time for the sound to get this far.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you. We appreciate it.
He is truly one of my heroes. I absolutely think that Jim Carrey rocks in every way. I don't know, but maybe R.I.P. Jim.
6 kid shows you should not let your children watch. Number 1, Cocomelon. Next time your kid is watching, count the seconds between camera cuts. You'll notice they happen every 1 to 3 seconds. This hyper-pacing is designed to keep a child's brain in a constant state of dopamine arousal, making real life feel painfully slow. Number 2, SpongeBob. Watch the first 2 seasons, then jump to season 10. Notice how SpongeBob's voice gets higher and his actions become more chaotic. A University of Virginia study found that just 9 minutes of this hyperactivity causes an immediate drop in a child's ability to solve problems. Number 3, Caillou. If you watch closely, Caillou almost never speaks in a normal tone. He uses a specific whine frequency that psychologists say is designed to trigger a parent's stress response, making you more likely to give in just to make it stop. Number 4, Peppa Pig. Look at how Peppa interacts with her dad. Count how many times she calls him silly or fat in a single episode. It's not a joke. It's teaching children that disrespecting parents is the cool way to behave. Before I show you the most addictive show ever made, hit that follow button and comment which of these shows your kids are currently obsessed with. Number 5, the Teletubbies. Look up the lion and bear sketch from the 90s. Watch the background music and the way the animals move. It was so psychologically disturbing that it was banned in several countries for causing night terrors. Number 6, Baby Shark. Notice how the song never really ends. It uses a melodic loop that mimics involuntary musical imagery. It's literally designed to get stuck in a child's subconscious, so they demand to hear it over and over again.
Here's a thought of mine. Why would we let our children watch things that get on our nerves in the first place? Just saying.
A team of scientists took the vaccine and put it under a microscope, and you are going to be shocked by what they found.
And so I talk a lot about this, right? And how did I even get to know about this? Well, if some of you heard my story, you'll know that at some point in my career, I was recruited. They thought I would be a good person on their side. I was recruited to business owners meetings in Metro Atlanta, as well as scientific meetings where I got to meet Dr. Craig Venter. And so in these meetings, they talked about this whole transhumanist movement and how it was great. We would be the controllers in the room. Don't worry, we would be exempt. Everybody else would be controlled. I was horrified. I was horrified to see everybody standing ovation and clapping for this. Like, who are they? And I asked, how could you be for this? They said, oh, well, it does sound a little bad, but you know what, Carrie, soon it's going to be us or them. And so we have to, you're going to want to be on our side. You don't want to be on the other side. It's going to be bad. I said, I would never do that. You're a fool. You're a fool to think that this technology wouldn't be turned back on you, because we are human beings, right? And they have a supercomputer that wants to guide all of this. A computer doesn't care who you are. It has an algorithm. You have a dollar sign in your head. It's not like the Marines, all for one, one for all. A computer sees it as foolish, it's frivolous, right? So I had all this knowledge. That's how I got to know how to research for it. But I was still not happy. I'm a person that have to know, right? So I decided I'm going to look inside of these vials, even though it's not legal. I don't care, because if something goes against my God-given rights and my human rights, it is my duty to break that law. This is our world, our planet, our children, our bodies. Don't give it away. It's ours, right? So this is one of the pictures of Moderna. I put 2 drops on a glass slide. I had a compound microscope. That's it, guys. You could get it easily, $300. And I had a white light going up on the middle and a glass top on the very top. And that's it. I waited 2 hours. And it was translucent at first, and all of a sudden, colors appeared. Vibrant purples, blues, reds, greens. I'm like, I've never seen this chemical reaction. There was no chemical reaction, right? So I ended up finding out all these colors, actually, when they appear under a white light, that's a sign of a superconducting material inside these injections. All the manufacturers have that. What that means, it's proof they are putting an injectable computing system inside every single one of these vials. An injectable computing system. Did they say anything to any of us? No. Also, I saw a lot of metallic flex fragments. I didn't see anything about metal fragments on the ingredient list, again. And these metallic fragments, to me, look a little more exotic. It's not like your typical aluminum, etc., right? This is not nanotechnology. I mean, this is not looking at nanotechnology. This is on a much grander scale. This is crazy. So this picture kind of has been going around, I think. There was self-assembling. This is 2 hours. It's not like 12 hours. 2 hours time. I also saw this thing. It was able to lift itself up off of the glass slide. It had tentacles like you see here. It was able to move. It was my opinion, it is my interpretation, that it was self-aware. I've never encountered anything like that. I've done slides, I've done all kinds of preparation of slides of biologic materials, etc. Never have I witnessed anything like that. Surely, maybe some contamination, right? So 2 months later, I get another Moderna vial, and I look at it under the microscope, and here's, what is that? Still trying to figure it out, guys. But we shouldn't have unidentified objects inside of these injections. Another of these string-like material, I'm like looking at, I'm like, this almost looks like some kind of a living organism. And then I see another one. You may not know what that means. I do. These are parasites that are made to meld with your nervous tissue. Imagine a child that's forming their neural network. I want you to feel what I feel. I want you to get that righteous anger. We need it now. Guess what else it can do? The tentacles, it's called Hydra vulgaris. The tentacles have the ability to give a paralyzing, a venomous, or a toxic reaction. Why would they want that? Well, Hydra vulgaris is actually an organism that is immortal in the lab. It can continually renew itself. If you chop it up into tiny pieces, put it in a petri dish, it will actually self-assemble itself back over and over and over again innumerable times. It'll make itself anew. If you chop off a tentacle, 3 more will grow. And the transhumanists love this organism. They think it's fantastic. Then we start to see a lot of ring structures in here. Now this one is with the Johnson & Johnson vial. Ring-like structures, what they are is they appear to be delivery systems. So they'll start like this and they get bigger, bigger, bigger. They thin themselves out. A gelatinous material extrudes from it like a hydrogel, okay? And then this was like a bundle of cells growing. What are those cells? We don't know. We need to analyze them. What kind of cells are being injected into people? A crystalline structure, little crystals. Like literally this is like a kitchen sink, dirty kind of experiment going on. These are iridescent silicon-like wafers. If they pile on top of each other, they can make their own circuitry boards. Again, more hydrogel with more of these spheres, these rings. So I saw them in all the manufacturers, all of them. So no one is different than another. I don't care if they come out with a new one, guys. Don't ask me if it's safe to take it. They're all bad. We were looking under the microscope at Pfizer vial. You see a lot of these dark particles. These are like graphene oxide particle material. So what we were witnessing over time under the microscope was something called Tesla phoresis. So what that means is that you can put all these little tiny like beads, let's say, that have the potential to make their own wiring in the body. And what you do is you just have an external magnetic force or another kind of electric force, let's say, or frequency, and they will start to form and coalesce into a string-like spider web all by themselves. So you just have to put the junk in somewhere, turn on a frequency, and voila, it starts to make its own neural network, string-like consistency. We were seeing it here inside of this vial, starting to coalesce, starting to form structures. So this is another organism. We see this over and over. This would be like a polypodium or a Hydra vulgaris organism. Again, we see this over. It's not a mistake. It's in different states, multiple vials, multiple batches, multiple times. There's no mistake. I mean, we could go on and on, parasite after parasite. And let me back up. They appear to be parasites, right? If it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, it probably is, right? How is this in the betterment of humanity? I want you to see this guy. This guy is another organism that we saw. This was in a Johnson & Johnson vial. Watch closely the translucent thing that moves around the edge of the ring. Do you see that? The translucent, I thought it was like a larvae, like another life form, but the way it moved was more robotic to me. This could be a nanobot. We don't know. That should not be in any human body injected into our children, our babies, and us. So if you knew what a human nerve cell looked like, a dendrite, it would look just like this. But this isn't from a human, guys. This is from whatever they're injecting inside of you. They're literally, this is my opinion, they're trying to put another kind of nervous system inside of you, but an AI kind, or they're hijacking this parasite to put inside of you. These are my hypotheses. I encourage you to do your own research. And for the people who don't believe me under the microscope, you can get a $300 microscope and you can put the drops on there and you can look and see the pictures too, right?
I have to say that for the millions of people who have gotten those shots, my heart goes out to you. There is a way. I have a friend of mine who is a scientist has discovered a way to pull some of those out. If you've gotten the shots and you no longer want to get them and you want to know what you can do, leave me a comment. What do I do? And I will respond and I'll tell you exactly how to pull those out. Also, I really like that she challenges everyone to get a microscope. Now, I'm getting a microscope, and I also have a friend who is going to allow me what I need, so I have something to look at in the microscope when I get it. And believe me, I will keep you all informed via video.
I ate some gummies. I have some questions. If the early bird gets the worm, then why do good things come to those who wait? If Cinderella's shoe fit perfectly, then why did it fall off?
Why have I never seen a baby pigeon?
If you describe something as indescribable, then haven't you just described it? If I get out of the shower clean, then how does the towel get dirty? How does a sponge hold water if it's full of holes? Why is it called a building if it's already built? Why does quicksand work so slowly? If you're not supposed to eat at night, then why is there a light in the fridge? Why are they called apartments if they're all stuck together? Why is the time of day with the slowest traffic called rush hour? Why is it called shipping when it goes by truck, but cargo when it goes by ship? The fork you use at your favorite restaurant has been inside of 1,000 different mouths. Somebody let me open this ride!
On that note, my fine feathered friends, it is late, and this cue of you, I don't know if you could tell, is hitting Sleepy Town. I'm getting off the train at Sleepy Town, and I'm going to stumble my sleepy self to bed. I am going to wish all of you every day a wonderful day, because when you stop time and capture the moments, you choose to live today like it's the last. Now, let me tell you something. I care enough to understand how to love you. Good night. Nah, mighty night. And that's all, folks. Before I go, I do have to introduce all of the serial killers. Okay? My serial killers. My serial killers. You know I'm tired.